All right, and welcome everyone to the first ever solo effort by yours truly, Jeremy Moses, here on the Squared Circle Cafe. Hope you are having a great Tuesday. I'm in Norman, Oklahoma right now. I have a doctor's appointment later, so I had to come out to Norman early after a fiasco yesterday, but we won't even go into that. What I'm here to talk about today is the topic, and I previewed this last night a little bit on the Twitter. If you saw the Twitter page, I previewed this a little bit last night. Stupidity in wrestling in 2019. Now, what do I mean by that? I think everybody's curious as to what exactly old J-Mo could mean by stupidity in wrestling in 2019. And I'll be happy to tell you. What I mean by this is, what I mean by stupidity is doing things that in 2019 either shouldn't be allowed or just come across as plain old stupid. And I mean just plain old dumb. And I'll give you 3 examples of this as we go through the show. Example number 1 happened at the recent Fyter Fest show put on by All Elite Wrestling. And this is just something that, as the prime example, should not be allowed. Specifically, we're talking about chair shots to the head. Cody Rhodes took a chair shot directly to the head, unprotected, at Fyter Fest from Shawn Spears, the former Ty Dillinger. I did not like it. Actually, saying that I did not like it is probably the understatement of the century, because I hated it. Wasn't necessary. Was foolish. It was just everything wrong with professional wrestling. You just don't do that. And there were later statements by All Elite Wrestling that the chair was gimmicked. Was supposed to come apart some other way. Sorry, I'm not buying that. I'm just not. I do not buy it. It was unnecessary. Knowing what we know. And if you'll hold on for just a second, because my phone just decided randomly it was going to drop right down on the ground. Not cool. There we go. Hello. Walking into a mall, folks. Walking into a mall. Get some cool air. Some much needed cool air. Before the hour. But anyway, as I said, the chair directly to the head, completely unnecessary, out of control. Didn't need to happen. Inexcusable. End of discussion. Second thing that I'm going to rant about And that was last night. Last night on Raw, as a matter of fact. WWE decided for some inexplicable reason that they would do an angle involving a janitor. I kid you not. A janitor. This goes to the other kind of stupidity. Kind of stupid that you find it hard to suspend your disbelief. And it just doesn't work. Doesn't work for me. It hasn't worked for me for years. Ultimately, it ended up being Cedric Alexander, but I still didn't like it. I just didn't. And then the final thing, I guess, that I'm going to go off about. The stupidity of doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting a different result. Because that's what they're doing. With this Baron Corbin, Lacey Evans, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch thing. Just doesn't work. So, I mean, ultimately, they need to figure it out. They need to get it together. Because if this isn't the last one, fans like myself are going to revolt in great numbers. So, I mean, you got to figure, and it goes to the other things too. You know, the other two things. You know, fans want to be able to suspend their disbelief, but they can't do it if things don't make even a little sense. The janitor thing made no sense. It just didn't. It just made no sense. I didn't get it. I still don't get it. I'm not sure that I ever will get it. And the same thing with the chair shot to the head. I didn't get it. I still don't get it. I'll never get it because that should have been outlawed 20 years ago. Who cares about the shock value? You gotta protect the wrestlers. So, but that is it for me for now. I just wanted to get something up real quick. I hope you are having a great Wednesday. Or is it Wednesday? No, it's Tuesday. Where am I getting Wednesday? I may have said Wednesday earlier. I meant Tuesday. So I hope you're having a great Tuesday. I don't know when JC will come by with her first solo. But in the meantime, I've been Jeremy Moses. Thank you for listening to the podcast by wrestling fans, for wrestling fans. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.